Let's move on to the second question. And the second question today comes to us from Rob Massfield, who writes, I may have missed it, but I don't remember them saying they were going to put out a Shazam trailer at Comic-Con. Very pleasantly surprised they did. I thought Zack was great. I thought the costume was great. I thought the humor was great. I'm now bloody excited to see this movie. Are you as hyped for it now as me? All right, thanks a lot for the question, Rob. And yeah, I wasn't 100% sure if they were dropping. I couldn't remember if they announced they were dropping a Shazam trailer or not. But very pleasantly happy that they did. I thought there was a good chance they would. Very pleasantly happy that they did because the trailer is solid. And look, after I saw the trailer, or I put out a tweet that said, look, if you're going to go for the type of thing this film is going for, which we already knew they were going to go for a light tone, light-hearted, a cheery film, kind of more kids-orientated, a lot of humor, blah, blah, blah. I said in my tweet, if you're going to go for something like that, you're going to have to win everybody over with the charm of the film. You're going to have to charm people. And mission accomplished. This trailer was frickin' charming. I thought it was really great. I had a lot of fun with it. Very charming. I thought Zack coming across, and look, it very much is, a lot of people making comparisons to the Tom Hanks film Big. It is Big. This movie is completely a Big ripoff, and there's nothing wrong with that. Instead now, Big has superpowers. So that's the only big difference. And you know, one of the things that really got me, and it was a smaller thing in the trailer, but it really won me over, was they had one of the best things about Spider-Man Homecoming was the relationship between Peter and Ned. That relationship between Peter and Ned was one of the most charming things about that film. And honestly, I really got that Peter and Ned vibe in this between, you know, the Shazam character and his foster brother. I guess you call it a foster brother. That would be the relationship. I thought that worked great. It had that Homecoming charm. It wasn't ripping off Homecoming any more than Homecoming was ripping off other young buddy kind of motifs. But it had that same motif. It worked very well in the trailers for me anyway. I felt their young bond. I felt their chemistry as a duo. I just liked it a lot. And that completely worked for me. Another thing, obviously, that I was really looking forward to was seeing Mark Strong. I would have liked to have seen more of Mark Strong in this trailer. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't expect them to give everything away in this Shazam trailer. I don't expect them to show us everything. It's the first trailer. The movie's still some time away. All I'm going to say is that it would have been nice to see a little bit more of Mark Strong as your antagonist in the film, but also it's Mark freaking Strong. You just want to see more of him in a trailer, right? So that would have been good too. My one other criticism about it is a criticism that we've all had even before the trailer came out. So it's not really the trailer's fault, but that is the costume still does not work for me. The costume still is not working for me. And that's fine. It's just a costume. A great costume is not going to make a bad movie good, and an iffy costume is not going to make a good movie bad. So, okay, that's it, whatever, fine. Yes, I agree with a lot of you guys who've been tweeting with me that the costume still doesn't work, it still doesn't look all that good. I agree it doesn't, but you know what? It didn't affect my overall enjoyment of the trailer itself, because the important elements, the characters, the tone, the chemistry, that all of that stuff was there for me. So that let me get over the whole thing about, you know, the costume or not enough Mark Strong, whatever. I thought it was a very charming trailer, and that's the word that they needed to go for, charming. And it charmed our socks off. And it's a very, very different feeling kind of DC movie that Warner Brothers has ever put out. Like, this movie really did differentiate itself from all the other DC movies just like that. It felt completely different. And yet they obviously showed the obvious tie-ins with the DCU, with the Batman figure and the Superman headline and all that kind of stuff. So all that was there. And yet it felt very distinct. And it felt very unique. And so on that level, I just thought the trailer worked really great. Bravo. Other than Titans, bravo to Warner Brothers for what they pulled off at Comic-Con, because they did a great job, both with the Aquaman and the Shazam trailers, in my opinion. All right, let's move on to the third.